got things underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I've always liked the look of Cole Palmer, Peter, who is a versatile attacker, but I think sometimes we kind of get a bit mixed up with versatility and flexibility, because when he moves around the pitch, it's not necessarily being versatile in different positions, it's just his flexibility, his reading of the game, and that's what I really enjoy about him. He just makes it very difficult to be contained.
Well, quite no argument from me on that one. Ampadu. Now it's Cole. And the shot! There's an early warning shot across the bow.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time.
That's a throw. Deep cross. Colwell tries to clear. And here's Longstaff. Great challenge, time to perfection. And he's looking at the referee, and the referee is shaking his head. Cucurella. Garnacho. Longstaff. James. Tanaka. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Garnacho. Bogle. Harrison. Tanaka. Harrison. Has a look and plays it forward. He thumps it clear. Pedro Neto. Palmer. Fernandez. Ampadu. Aim forwards. Goodmanson. That's been drilled forward. And it cuts out the supply. Garnacho. Cucurella. Garnacho. Fernandez. Palmer. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Longstaff, Harrison. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. Ampadu. Tanaka. Back into the middle. Played back in. And it's hoisted clear. Succumbs to the pressure. Pedro Neto. Chalobah. James. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Palmer. Spread out to the left. Ah, such a clever touch. James. Brunau. Bogle. James. And it's played forward. Oh, nicely intercepted. Garnacho. Colwell. Caicedo. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. James. Pedro Neto. James. It's a lovely, neat pass. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Now it's Calvert-Lewin. Tanaka. Goodmanson. Harrison. Goodmanson. Moved on forwards. Does really well to win the ball there. Garnacho. Palmer is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Tanaka. That's really well manoeuvred. Pedro Neto. Now it's João Pedro. Caicedo.
Well, it's not the quickest of starts, but what it lacks in intensity certainly is made up by a large serving of discipline and organisation.
There are a few waiting for it. Cucurella, and he's gone backward here. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Palmer. Chance!
Palmer usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can, though.
Bogle. Tanaka shifted upfield. Colwell. Cucurella. Aim forwards. Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. Garnacho stood his ground strongly. Nice control. Cucurella. Oh, nice touch. Can he deliver? Palmer. He's had a shot! Oh, good effort. He got plenty on that.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlip to indicate what was coming.
Ampadu. Tanaka. Oh, there's a probing ball. Colwell gets across to intercept that. Chalobah gently done. Pedro Neto. Palmer. Garnacho. And it's Cucurella. That's good play. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Tanaka. Moved on forwards. Goodmanson. And it's played forward. Bogle. Looking for a decent ball in. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Out to the left it goes. Showing good feet. And here's Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin. Harrison. James. Calvert-Lewin, and he shoots! Nice physical challenge. João Pedro. Pedro Neto. Tanaka. 0-0 still. No lack of chances though.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Caicedo. Garnacho. Correa forwards and with intent. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Palmer has a shot!
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Caicedo. Garnacho. And here's Palmer. Caicedo. Goes for goal! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, okay, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Brunau. Tanaka. Longstaff. Quality ball. Chalobah cuts out the pass. Correa. Garnacho. Moved on forwards. James. Bogle. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Ampadu. Tanaka. Longstaff. Tanaka gently down. Chalobah is there and he can get that clear. Do have a chance to counter here. Garnacho. Palmer. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Longstaff. Tanaka. Driven forward. Great defending, strong and determined. Caicedo. Well, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Palmer. Caicedo. And it's played forward. Defending of the desperate variety. Longstaff. Tanaka. So what can they make of this? Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Now it's Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto with the delivery. It's a goal kick. Tanaka. Harrison. Goodmanson. And here's Harrison. Tanaka. Ampadu. Bogle. Oh, that's nice. He's shifting through the gears here.
It was hopeful, to say the least. You need more men inside the box, more movement, otherwise it's pretty much a waste.
James. Chalobah. Aim forwards. Garnacho is onto it in a flash. Harrison. Goodmanson. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. João Pedro. Pedro Neto did just about enough to come out on top there. Now the party. Palmer! And it's James. Now this could be... Oh, shooting chance! Same again, same outcome.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're up in the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Tanaka. That's really well manoeuvred. Chalobah gets over and intercepts. Harrison. And here's the Longstaff. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Longstaff. And the counter is on. Fernandez. Not going to make any further progress now. And here's Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Fernandez shifted upfield. And here's Calvert-Lewin. Longstaff. Harrison. Oh, it's played into the area. Sanchez claims it without any fuss. And now the breakaway. Lobbed in behind. Pedro Neto. He is through here. Purring through the gears. That has been knocked clear. Cucurella puts them all in. Gets good distance on it. That's a nicely weighted pass. Oh, well measured. Been taken short. And it's Ampadu. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Tanaka. Burnau. Bogle. Bogle charging forward down that flank. And here's Calvert-Lewin. Longstaff. Ampadu. Longstaff, cracking ball. Over to the left. Colwell attempts a clearance. Garnacho. Garnacho. Caicedo. João Pedro. Bogle. Now, what about a counter-attack? Colwell makes the interception. Caicedo aimed forwards.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Garnacho. Cucurella. Garnacho. Now who's going to be first to this? He's trying his best to keep... Could be danger here! Garnacho. Can he finish? They've scored! A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust, pinged towards the front line. João Pedro. Caicedo. And here's Palmer. Pedro Neto. James. That's very neat. Now it's Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin laid out to the left flank. Defending was strong and firm. Caicedo. Chalobah. Fernandez. Tanaka done delicately. Brilliantly cut out. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
João Pedro. Over to the left. Now it's Garnacho. Now it's João Pedro. He's having a shot! Ampadu. Cucurella. Caicedo. Garnacho looking to run onto it. Good challenge, excellent challenge. Bogle, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter.
Applies the finish! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Oh, what a climb! Into the distance! He hits the net! Sanchez, and he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Palmer. Fernandez, gently done. That has been knocked clear. And that is as far as they're going to go. That's really well manoeuvred. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Pedro Neto. James, forwards and with intent. Moved on forwards. Chalobah. Colwill. Caicedo. Garnacho. Long time, excellent interception. Tanaka. Ampadu. And it's played forward. Bogle. Aim forwards. And it's Bogle. Bogle carries the ball down the right. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. The defence proved infallible then, and that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, I think that move petered out due to a lack of urgency. There was no cutting edge.
Chalobah. Caicedo. Cucurella. Cucurella forwards and with intent. João Pedro spread out to the left. He's in, surely! Goes for a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Armour really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
He's there to get it away. And it's Palmer. Real chance! Bogle. James. Now it's Longstaff. That's tidy. Now it's Longstaff. Tanaka. It's Calvert-Lewin! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. Ooh, delicate chip through. Pedro Neto. Tanaka. Longstaff. Burnau. That's really well manoeuvred. Colwill clears it away. And here's Longstaff. Now it's Harrison. James. Whistle's gone, that's foul. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Longstaff! James. Caicedo. Fernandez. Colwill. Caicedo. Cucurella. Cucurella, gently done. Tanaka moved on forwards. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. And we are already promptly back underway. He's got away. Oh, good ball. Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Burnau. Ampadu. Tanaka. Colwill. Chalobah. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Fernandez forwards and with intent. Tanaka. Goodmanson. Burnau. Ampadu. That's really well manoeuvred. Going to be disappointed with that. Garnacho. Fernandez. And it's played forward. Out to the left it goes. Looking here to chip it through. The less said about that pass, the better. Tanaka. Aim forwards. Oh, can he get onto this? Now that's well seen too. Fernandez. Gently done. Lovely bit of skill. And it's James. Looking to get on the end of this. Up he goes! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, he certainly got to the ball well enough, but the rest didn't quite come off him.
Bogle. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Pedro Neto. He is just caressing the ball. And it's hoisted clear. Palmer. Fernandez. Decent chance! Deftly away.
João Pedro really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Up towards the front line. Now it's Calvert-Lewin. Now it's James. Cross in, looks shapes to shoot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And it's played forward. João Pedro. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Bogle. James. Moved on forwards. And here's Calvert-Lewin. Well played right into his path. Longstaff! Just lacked a decent finish. James. Chalobah. That's really well manoeuvred. That has been cut short. Burnau. Ampadu. Ampadu forwards and with intent. We expected better, and so did he. Fernandez. Chalobah. Oh, this looks sharp. And back to the goalkeeper. Lucas Perry sends that a long way. Garnacho. João Pedro. Now it's Pedro Neto. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And he's there to clear it. That'll be a throw-in. And it's Caicedo. Now it's Garnacho. Garnacho puts them all in. And it's kept out by a stubborn defence. Garnacho. Palmer. Both sides a bit too casual in possession. Oh, great defending, that needed doing.
Well, that was well positioned and well pitched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
James. Calvert-Lewin. And here's Longstaff. Longstaff! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss. Time for a change in personnel. Chalobah shifted upfield. Has ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Palmer. it's James. James. Incoming delivery. Couldn't quite control it.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Fernandez plays it short. So who's he picking out? Fernandez. Aronson aimed forwards. Chalobah with the slide tackle there. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And here's Garnacho. It's a good run down the left-hand side. And that has been cleared. Now. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Well, he continually breaks the lines and gets himself into terrific positions. Calvert-Lewin really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Caicedo. Cucurella. That's been drilled forward. Tries to get it clear. That's been won straight back. Over to the left. And it's Cucurella. Cucurella crosses. But the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent, but he just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Been slipped through. Now it's James. Oh, that's not going to find its target. Fernandez. So can they find a way to turn around this deficit? Palmer. Garnacho looking to add to his goal. Garnacho. Caicedo. Palmer. Taraka. Boba. An hour into the second half. Oh, red. Nice interception. Cucurella. Palmer. James. And here's Neto. Palmer. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Ampadu. That's really well manoeuvred. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. And claimed it back swiftly. And he's been booked for simulation.
Listen, he can play the innocent as much as he wants, Peter, but it was fairly obvious to everyone here. He's got no hiding place.
Bogle. Harrison. Tanaka. Bornau. Bornau, gently done.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually they might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just shoot!
Oh, that's neat. Garnacho takes aim and crosses. Caicedo have it back and can go again. And it's Cucurella. Big chance! He has done it! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. He gave it plenty and some, thrashed it in.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
So the lead now is 2.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Harrison is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And he has been fouled there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Has been well intercepted. Goodmanson. Ampadu. Bogle. James. Bogle. Ampadu. Calvert-Lewin goes for the shot! That was superb goalkeeping!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Chalobah. Caicedo. Chalobah. Caicedo. Chalobah moves forward. That's a deception. His positioning was spot on. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And here's Harrison. Well, they can break here. João Pedro. Garnacho. Harrison. Tanaka. Clearly not happy with that. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Palmer. Fernandez. Colwell driven forward. And it's come back to the keeper. Bornau. Moved on forwards. Strong running down that left flank. Out for a throw. Pedro Neto. And it's played forward. It's an inviting looking ball that. Calmly anticipates. Tanaka. Harrison. Goodmanson. Aim forwards. Caicedo. Chalobah. That's a look and plays it forward. Bornau cuts it out. James. Ampadu. Bogle. Bogle, gently done. João Pedro. Garnacho. João Pedro. Garnacho has it in a wide position. A chance to play it in. Lovely feet. Caicedo. Garnacho. He's found a way through. Deflected behind for a corner kick. It's a mighty effort! And it's there! And they are pulling clear here. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Palmer demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
So now the difference is 3.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Moved on forwards. And that has been cleared.
Calvert-Lewin really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Harrison. And it's Aronson. Harrison. Calvert-Lewin hits it! No, not quite. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Goodmanson. Aronson. And here's Calvert-Lewin. Aronson laid out to the left flank. It's run loose here. And that has been clubbed away. Palmer, and it's lofted through here. Bogle. And it's played forward. And here's Harrison. James. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And reclaimed it in a trice. Goodmanson. Pedro Neto, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Palmer. João Pedro. Cucurella. And here's Garnacho. Garnacho looking to run onto it. Goes for the header! No mistake! Result no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. Oh, super header, wonderfully acrobatic.
Well, he had a choice to make. He could have gone with his foot, but he got it absolutely right with that diving header. Brilliant.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
That's really well manoeuvred. Cucurella shifted upfield. Garnacho aimed forwards. He's offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Tanaka, gently done. Harrison, delicate ball, and it needs to be. Cucurella is there, and he can get that clear. Tries to get it clear. Moved on forwards. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Chalobah. James. Fernandez. Caicedo. Colwell. Up towards the front line. Nicely intercepted. And the shot! He scores! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off them.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
João Pedro, muscular approach does pay off here. Oh, super find. Palmer. Here's Garnacho. Defending of the desperate variety. Pedro Neto. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He's had a crack. Fernandez with the short one. Tanaka getting this one clear. A heavy challenge. Corner given. Fernandez goes short. In by Jet, climbs up big! It wasn't a great header in the end.
Palmer clearly was a little selfish there, but I don't think it was a bad attempt.
Tanaka. Goodmanson. And it's played forward. Gets it away. That's been won straight back. Fernandez. Very nicely done. That's pretty clear. It is a foul. Chalobah with the clearance. Caicedo. João Pedro. Palmer. And it's Cucurella. And here's Garnacho. Now it's João Pedro. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Aronson. James. The final 5 minutes. Caicedo. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Fernandez. Great defending, strong and determined. Goodmanson. Ampadu. Tanaka forwards and with intent. Calvert-Lewin, great chance! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. James. Pedro Neto. Harrison does really well to win the ball there. Ampadu. Tanaka. Brunau. Goodmanson. Moved on forwards. Now it's João Pedro. Can he spark a counter here? Now it's João Pedro. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Tanaka have it back and can go again. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. James. Boba. That's really well manoeuvred. And that has been cleared. Goodmanson. Aim forwards. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Okafor wins the duel this time. Ampadu. Okafor. That has found him in acres of space. Palmer. Caicedo. Fernandez. Palmer. Tanaka. Okafor. Pedro Neto. Now it's João Pedro. Pedro Neto. Goodmanson. There will be 4 extra minutes. Goodmanson. That is lovely. Okafor. Okafor's cross. Oh, what a climb! And he's hit it too high. Cuts out the pass, and it's played forward. Okafor. James. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. And they can counter here. Garnacho. James. Bunau. Tanaka. Moved on forwards. Goodmanson. And that could set him on his way. Now it's Okafor. Time is desperately short now, but it is a corner. Chalobah attempts a clearance. And it's Ampadu. And here's Calvert-Lewin, out to the right. And it's played into the middle. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Tanaka. Goodmanson. Forwards. Aronson, spread out to the left. Cross needs to be good. That has been knocked clear. Okafor in acres of space out. There's the header! Not at the best in the keeper. Another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
James. Oh, there's the shot!
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. Oh, very neat and tidy.
Still trying to make a game of it. And that's that. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
It can be difficult at times playing in front of your own fans if you're not living up to the expectations. And I think with confidence looking a little fragile at the moment,